The two cosmonauts will be installing a device called a monoblock. That's basically a container that has a new payload that is named the All Sky Monitor to detect, record, and downlink X ray celestial sources and information. The two cosmonauts will also be removing a number of exposure units that have been attached to the Poisk module on its exterior to collect data on the effects of microgravity on materials and biological samples. They will be relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm that is attached to the NAOCA multipurpose laboratory module. That European robotic arm will be used significantly today under the operation of cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov, who will be inside at a workstation in the NAOCA multipurpose laboratory module to move around Alexei Ovchinin near the end of today's spacewalk, positioning him so he can jettison a number of items that will be discarded, no longer used at the end of the spacewalk. We'll talk more about that as the spacewalk evolves. This will be the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades for the International Space Station. The third spacewalk conducted out of the International Space Station this calendar year, and the first for Expedition 72. For Alexei Ovchinin, who is designated as EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1, he will be designated by wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. This is the second spacewalk in his career. His first spacewalk earning him 6 hours and 1 minute of spacewalking time. This will be the first spacewalk for Ivan Wagner. He is EV2. He'll be wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. Wagner today will become the 269th human to walk in space. Unlike a U.S. spacewalk, whose elapsed time is measured from suit battery power on to repressurization of the Quest airlock, this spacewalk, as all Russian spacewalks are, is measured in elapsed time from hatch open to hatch close. So as we approach the time frame for hatch open, we'll get an official start time from Russian flight controllers at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov. You're looking at a live view from a balcony camera overlooking their International Space Station Flight Control Room. They are in charge, of course, of today's spacewalk, and you'll be hearing through an interpreter throughout the course of today's excursion all of the activities and conversations between the Russian flight director team as well as Ovchinin and Wagner. While the spacewalk is being conducted, the other crew members on board the International Space Station, NASA astronaut and station commander Sonny Williams, Nick Hague, Don Pettit, and Butch Wilmore, they are conducting other maintenance activities and scientific work inside the International Space Station. Their conversations being monitored with spacecraft communicator and astronaut Caleb Barron here in the Space Station Flight Control Room here in Houston.
If it goes to 0.20, you may go into repress to 0.26, and we can do it now. Yes, let's switch PSS to repress, and you repress to 0.06. We have repress 0.06. Okay, switching it back. It's 0.07. Okay, and you may do it again before the end of the pre-breathe.
As you hear, the two cosmonauts inside the Poisk airlock are in the process of completing their pre-breathe of pure oxygen, managing the pressure inside the Poisk module in advance of depressurizing the module airlock itself down to vacuum. That will set the stage for them to open up the hatch after placing their suits on internal battery power, with the hatch opening marking the official start of today's spacewalk. The International Space Station and its crew members are currently flying 260 miles over the southeastern Indian Ocean, just off the southern coast of Australia, flying in a trajectory from southwest to northeast in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. The two cosmonauts of Chinen and Wagner will be working mostly in the vicinity of the Poisk module once they exit the hatch to the airlock of Poisk, as well as two sides, if you will, or planes of the Zvezda service module, where a number of these experiments are located. They also, again, will be waiting for Gorbanov inside to maneuver the European robotic arm. This is the 37-foot-long robotic arm that was launched with the Naoka Multipurpose Laboratory module in July of 2021. This arm, which is operational, will be used significantly toward the end of the spacewalk today in maneuvering Ovchinin around. This is the first time that a cosmonaut will have had his feet planted on a foot restraint at the end of the robotic arm for operations, most notably to position Ovchinin for the eventual jettisoning of 7 items that will be bundled up in a single bundle. That jettison will occur aft of the station, with its trajectory not having been evaluated to prevent any possibility of a recontact with the International Space Station.
Why do I have the tone? What kind of tone?
The space station about to cross the southern coast of Australia. We have moved into an orbital sunset. This track will carry the space station and its crew members across the Pacific Ocean and back into daylight a short time from now.
Вань, там по сигнализации может
So for the tone, you may have tone indicator occasionally, but if no message is shown, then everything is okay. It's just, it happens sometimes. It catches something and then just immediately stops. It's just when I actively moving, it starts picking something up. Shall we do the cooling? Shall we cool down? So, prior to going to battery power, we'll switch it to 6, and we should be doing it now because we'll be depressing the airlock and then leak checking the.
While the cosmonauts are completing their pre-breathe activities prior to putting their suits on battery power following the depressurization of the Poisk airlock a short time from now, you're looking inside the Columbus module of the International Space Station. 2 NASA astronauts, Don Pettit on your left, Butch Wilmore on your right. They're busy with experiment activity, setting up cameras for one of the experiments in the Columbus module of the International Space Station. So even though the spacewalk is the dominant feature of today's work on board Expedition 72, experiment and maintenance activity is continuing. And again, this view from a balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center in the town of Korolyov on the outskirts of Moscow, as Russian flight controllers in charge of today's spacewalk prepare for the depressurization of the Poisk airlock and the beginning of today's spacewalk by Ovchinin and Wagner that will be measured at the point of the Poisk's airlock hatch opening.
Минут до конца десатурации.
6.630, 6 minutes 30 seconds till the end of pre-breathe.
Once the pre-breathe procedure, this is a common procedure in which the two spacewalkers are breathing pure oxygen to cleanse their bodies of any nitrogen in their bloodstreams. Once that's complete, the Russian flight controllers will give the go to begin the depressurization of the Poisk airlock. This is done in a two-step fashion so that final leak checks and communications checks with the two spacewalkers can be accomplished prior to the time that they would transition their Orlan suits to autonomous power, battery power, if you will. That is the precursor to the opening of the hatch and the start of today's spacewalk. It is expected to last approximately 6 hours and 45 minutes or so. We'll see how the work progresses and keep you up to date on the phased elapsed time, the elapsed time of today's spacewalk. That will begin once we receive the official confirmation from the Russian flight controllers on what they are measuring the elapsed time from at the start of hatch opening. Again, a variety of tasks on tap for Ovchinin and Wagner. The installation of a X-ray experiment that will be installed on the outside of the service module. The remover of connector patch panels from two workstations on two sides of the service module itself, and the installation of new patch panels with the old ones earmarked for being discarded or jettisoned in a bundle at the end of today's spacewalk. The two cosmonauts will also remove a series of material science and biological panels that have been affixed to the outside of the Poisk module, gathering data, and will relocate a control panel on the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module from one location to what is called the launch base point, to which one end effector of the 37-foot-long European robotic arm is attached.
Дим, 3 минуты до конца детатурации. Хорошо, давай тогда.
All right.
По шагу 9.1.
Let us work on step 9.1 for pre-brief.
Поехали.
Let's start.
Пневмокран отключен.
O2 flow selector is off, OFF.
Регулятор основной. Баллон основной.
Primary regulator, primary
Основной
O2
регулятор,
tank,
основной насос.
primary fan, primary pump,
Так, основной передатчик.
and primary transmitter.
БСС, десатурация, сброс отсека.
On Orlan interface unit, pre-breathe and airlock depress.
Открыт бленкер О2 open.
O2 vent open.
Да, все совпадает.
Yes, everything correct.
Тогда, Леш, по моей команде по
Now,
окончании
Леша,
десатурации начнем с пункта 9.2.
when you are done with pre-breathe, we'll go to 9.2. And you may reset the counter.
2 минуты до конца.
Will do, and actually I have 3 minutes to go. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston, the International Space Station flying off the northeast coast of Australia, moving from southwest to northeast across the southwestern Pacific Ocean at this hour. The crew members on board the station working on a variety of tasks. As far as the two spacewalkers are concerned, they're in the final stages of their pre-breathe activities in the Poisk airlock, suited up in their Orlan suits. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner ready to begin the depressurization of the Poisk airlock and the start of today's spacewalk, dubbed Russian Spacewalk 63. And as mentioned before, inside the space station on the left, Don Pettit. On the right, Butch Wilmore, working on experiment activity and the setup of cameras and other equipment in the Columbus module as research continues on board the complex, even as the two Russian Roscosmos cosmonauts prepare for today's 6-hour, 45-minute excursion.
The timer for pre-breathe is reset. Copy.
Так, готовы включить инжектор.
Ready to activate the injector.
Пневмокран, положение инжектор.
O2 flow selected to injector position, please. And you will see a counter, the timer starting for 5 minutes in the top right corner. And injector LED is illuminated.
КСД и СОПХО открыт.
And now pressure relief valve of SOPHO needs to be open and monitor the pressure in the suit.
Давление в отсеке 530.
530 is now pressure in the compartment. Pressure in the suit is 02.
500 в отсеке.
500 in the compartment and 0.25 in my suit.
470 в отсеке. 0,3.
470 and 03. Copy.
440
440
0,35.
and 0.35. Copy. 0.39, 400 in the compartment, and 0.38 in the Orlan suit. Copy.
Так, при давлении 300...
Pressure over 350.
Можно работать, открывать КСД-2.
Yes, at that time you may open
Утверждаю.
the KSD2, the pressure relief valve number 2. Check O2 flow selector. Check in. And suit pressure 0.38.
И контролируем, что должно прийти сообщение около 100 миллиметров, что...
Now stand by for message of pressure in MRM2 of 100 millimeters and then report to the ground.
Так, давление в отсеке 270.
Right now the pressure is 270 and 0.38 in the suit. Copy.
В отсеке 230.
230.
Скафандре 038.
This is Mission Control. The pre-breathe of pure oxygen is now complete for the two cosmonauts in the Poisk airlock. Depressurization of the Poisk airlock is beginning. This will take a few minutes to accomplish. The crew running just a few minutes behind their pre-spacewalk timeline.
1 minute.
And we'll keep you updated as the depressurization down to vacuum continues. That will set the stage for the two cosmonauts, Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner, to place their suits on battery power and then to open the hatch to the Poisk airlock to mark the start of today's spacewalk.
Pressure is 180 in MRM2 and pressure in the suit is 0.38 and the same for EV2. Copy.
Good. Okay. Hatch 2 is in position.
Он в рабочем положении.
No copy. Is it in operating? Yes. And I'm going to start opening it. Yes, you go for rotation.
Так, выходит. Ролики.
All right, so the rollers are coming out. Copy.
Будет полетит наружу. Так.
Unintelligible.
Есть, сработало.
It actuated.
Оставляю, так?
Should I keep the hatch 2 like this? Yes.
Ручку толкателя надо держать.
And the please hold the pusher handle until the full pressure drop. And when you see the hatch just slightly open, please report. All right, so the pusher handle, yes, I can see the opening.
Как принял,
Artem, how copy?
Есть щель, все, время ВКД пошло.
All right, so hatch is open. EVA time starts now. Open the hatch. Please release the hook from the handrail and hand it over to Alexei. This is panel 201.
Хорошо.
All right.
Взял.
Are you holding it? Holding it.
Он распустим так.
Okay, let's release it like this. Stand by. Let me untangle it and straighten it out. It doesn't matter, Ivan. Just keep it like this.
Открываем.
Open it.
Не ты открывай.
Yes, you go to open it.
Так, пока не хочет.
This is Mission Control Houston. The hatch is now open to the airlock on the Ploysk module. Spacewalk 63, Russian Spacewalk 63, officially underway. The official start time of today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner will be emerging from the airlock a short time from now. Wagner will be the first to move out of the airlock as the two cosmonauts work to install a protective ring around the circumference of that airlock hatch. Again, the official start time for today's spacewalk, 9:36 a.m. Central, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. The view you're looking at is the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the station. This is not Ploysk. At the very top of your screen is the Prishal multi-node module, a docking port for arriving Russian vehicles. And at the bottom is the Naoka multipurpose laboratory module that was launched in July of 2021. And at the very bottom of your screen, you can see one of the end effector areas of the European robotic arm that will be used under the operation of Alexander Gorbanov from a workstation inside Naoka later in today's spacewalk to maneuver Alexei Ovchinin, who will be the first crew member, first cosmonaut to actually plant his feet in a foot restraint at the end of the European robotic arm to be maneuvered around the vicinity of the work sites of the International Space Station's Russian segment.
Wait. Right there it is. Let's try this direction. Beautiful. Beautiful it is. Breathtaking. Okay, the hook is attached.
А ты пока доставай защитное кольцо.
Ivan, go ahead and retrieve the protective ring. This is Alexei. EV hatch is open and secured, and the tether slack is also gone. It's retracted. All right, and you go for protective ring ops.
Установки кольца. Смотрите, что надо совместить белые риски.
For reinstall, make sure that the white markings are aligned with the black markings on the hatch cover, and make sure that the lanyard, the safety lanyard, is not in the way. All right, the ring. Can you see? Stand by, let me move down. All right, I guess I'm gonna have to turn it. All right, I see the marks. Counterclockwise. Can you move it more, even more, back now? Okay, I can see it now. Yes, just like that. Yes. Something like that. Mine is installed, same for mine. All right, so the protective ring is installed.
Так, Иван, ну тогда...
Иван, let's start the spacewalk. And make sure that the fixed length tether hook is outside, it's secured. You mean the short one and then long tether? Yes, that's correct. Okay, stand by. Wait, I think I got tangled up here on one of the bundles. Stand by. Move back. All right, so the tether is routed through the light here. Okay, tether through the light, and please look to the right light, assembly. Wait, do not move. Wait. Oh, I see. Is it the bundle? Yes, that's correct. I can't even see it. All right, that's it. Are we go for sublimator activation, or we should do it outside?
This is Mission Control Houston, just about 7.5 minutes into today's spacewalk that officially began with the opening of the hatch to the Poisk module at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. This is a view of the Poisk module. You'll be seeing Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin in the field of view a short time from now. The protective ring around the circumference of the open hatch has been installed, and the two crew members are in the process of activating cooling systems while Wagner begins to adapt himself to a spacewalk environment in the early minutes of the first spacewalk of his career.
There's nothing here that's holding you. EV2 has regressed. Copy.
And confirmation that Wagner is now outside of the Poisk module. He'll be receiving the X-ray experiment package and what is called an EVA bundle, basically a container of experiments, and that also houses a new connector, a pair of connector patch panels that will be installed on two areas of the Zvezda service module during today's spacewalk. That will precede Ovchinin joining Wagner outside of the Poisk airlock a few moments from now.
Let me release it. Let me remove it. Oh, okay, that's released now. Am I go for sublimator activation? Yes, you're go for sublimator activation. Put it in position 3 or so.
And just to the left of the Strela boom, the telescoping boom that is used to move personnel and hardware around the Russian segment of the station, you can see the movement of Ivan Wagner, extravehicular crew member number 2, wearing the Orlan suit bearing the blue stripes. He is outside of the airlock, receiving equipment from Ovchinin and setting up tools and tethers before Ovchinin joins him outside in the vacuum of space.
Alexei, can you help me? With what? With the sublimator. Okay. Right?
Да, все включено.
Yes, it is on now.
Да.
Is it on?
На тройке, да?
Is it in position 3? Yes, 3 for you. This is EV1. Can I turn the sublimator on because it starts fogging up here? Yes, Alexei, you're good to turn the sublimator on as well. Copy.
Если надо, там друг другу помогать.
Also, help each other if required. Yes.
Включил сублиматор.
My sublimator is on. This is EV1 copy. Okay, so position yourself.
Good close-up view of Ivan Wagner, Expedition 72 flight engineer and one of two Roscosmos cosmonauts conducting today's spacewalk along with Alexei Ovchinin.
Yes, you need to adapt yourself to the environment, and also Ivan and Alexei, make sure that the cooling is on. I haven't felt anything for now. We'll actually set it to something lower than 3.
This is the 99th day in space for Ovchinin and Wagner, along with NASA astronaut Don Pettit, who launched on a Soyuz vehicle from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Back in September, their mission to continue through their landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan next April.
Snowflakes here, just looking at the back. It's not snowflakes, it's pieces of dust or something. But you see something. I guess the cooling is on. Yes, I'm feeling the cooling now.
Из сублиматора как бы снег и лед лететь не должны.
And there shouldn't be any ice or snowflakes coming out from the sublimators. They're clean. No, it's not snow. It's just dust. There's so much dust that came out from MRM2. Well, I guess we got the module cleaning done at the same time. Okay, so I'm ready to receive the EV bundles. All right, Ivan, you're saying that you're adapted now and you're ready to start operation. Yes. So let's go ahead and get started. There are instructions. And EV1 and EV2 feel the cooling. All right. So I'm gonna give you some time to cool off because you're pretty warmed up, and then you can set it to 3, let's say. Copy.
Так, начинаем с укладки крылок Б, как договаривались. Выводим ее в сторонку.
Let's start with the payload bag. We're gonna take it out and put it to the side, and then we're gonna start patch panel off. Copy.
Так, Вань,
All right, Ivan.
карабин крылок бэк.
Pull it back. I'm holding it.
Подожди, не тяни.
Wait, do not pull.
Так, подожди.
Wait.
Так, один зафиксировал.
One of them is secured. All right, so are we going to keep it here? Let's try to secure it on the circular handrail.
Что?
What did you say? Move it in the direction of your feet.
Принято. Не,
Copy. Well, Artyom, we're going to use the circular handrail that's around the EV hatch. That's where we're going to attach it. All right, that works. Make sure that it's not in the way, that's all.
Сейчас он на 60-24.
Okay, currently it is 60-24 and 60.
16 minutes into today's spacewalk by Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner.
Well,
Wagner is outside of the Poisk module receiving hardware from Ovchinin, who will join him outside momentarily. The spacewalk began at 9:36 a.m. Central Time, 10:36 a.m. Eastern Time. A spacewalk in which the two cosmonauts will install an X-ray experiment package on the outside of the Russian segment of the station, remove and replace a series of connector patch panels from two work sites on the Zvezda service module, and remove a number of materials science and biological sample experiments, as well as relocating a control panel for the European robotic arm on the Naoka multi-purpose laboratory module.
Alexei, we are seeing you too.
Так, теперь
All right.
самое главное. МВН.
So the most important thing now, the MVN, all sky monitoring unit, monoblock.
Так. Так, сейчас. Взял.
I'm holding it.
Сейчас, подожди.
Wait, stand by.
Фал.
Let me get the tether here.
Зафиксировал?
Is it secured now? Yes.
The International Space Station, currently flying 260 miles over the Atlantic Ocean, midway between the east coast of South America and the west coast of Africa, in an orbit inclined 51.6 degrees to either side of the equator. Cosmonauts are getting their tools and tethers and equipment set up. First task will be to move out of the Poisk module onto the Zvezda service module to begin the installation of what is called a monoblock, basically a package that contains the all-sky monitoring experiment. This is a new payload designed to detect, record, and downlink X-ray celestial sources.
I'm holding the second tether. Okay, I'm taking it out.
And you see that package, that is the monoblock containing that X-ray experiment cement package.
Is outside. Copy. Okay, let me move closer to the hatch edge.
Так, а ты можешь подойти второй карабин?
Can you move here and take the second hook there as well? Then I'm gonna have to lower this one first.
Я думаю, ты выйдешь спокойно потом.
I think you're gonna have to egress first, and then we're gonna
Хорошо, давай.
rearrange the hooks.
Сначала фала.
That's why I wanted to figure out the tethers first.
Могло помешать именно выведению такие вот.
Well, yes, because it could be an obstacle to you taking this
Если сразу
unit
два
out.
карабина выводить, когда укладка.
Those tethers, those hooks got first, so just more difficult to take the bundle out in this config. You're dropping out, so I only have copied what you said, copy.
Так, вывел, зафиксировал.
It is outside. I mean the hook of bundle 2 it is attached now. This is the bundle of connected panels. All right, Alexei, and you're going to proceed with the other hook. Okay, let me secure the second one. Copy.
У меня сработала температура газа.
I got the message that the gas temperature is high. Copy.
Может, сразу на МВН вот цепанешь это?
Should you drop it on the MVN unit right away then? Yes, let's go ahead and do that.
Так, и зафиксировал.
All right, it is secured on the MVN monoblock.
Так, и сейчас еще контейнер поближе.
And let me move the container closer and position it here.
This is Mission Control Houston, just over 23 minutes into today's spacewalk. Outside of the Poisk airlock, Ivan Wagner and Alexei Ovchinin are getting all of their hardware set up before they move to the Zvezda service module for the first task on today's docket, which will be the installation of the X-ray experiment package known as a monoblock on one of the workstation areas on the Zvezda module. That Zvezda module, 24 and a half years in operation now, having launched in July of 2000 on a Proton rocket from the Baikonur Cosmodrome. Once that package is installed, they will begin work to replace a pair of connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda service module. This will involve the demating and remating of a number of connectors. That will be the most time-consuming activity in today's spacewalk that is planned to last about 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Second container was tethered near EV hatch inside, and I'm ready to egress. Copy. You are go to egress, and then we'll need to make a pause. Copy.
Наблюдаем твой выход.
Okay, we can see you are egressing, Alexei.
Зафиксировал.
I secured fixed length tether.
Зафиксировал.
Secured
Переменной.
adjustable tether. Copy.
Включаем шлемные камеры, и надо будет постоять немножко.
Let's activate the helmet cameras, and we'll need to make a pause. Copy. Careful.
Both cosmonauts outside now. Alexei Ovchinin, extravehicular crew member number one, right next to the Strela boom. He is wearing the Orlan suit bearing the red stripes. The two cosmonauts will soon be activating helmet cameras so that we can peer over their shoulders as they conduct their work throughout the course of today's spacewalk.
Зафиксировал один транспортировочный фал.
Secured one equipment tether from connector patch panel bundle. I attached it to my short tether. Copy. Can you hold it for now? Stand by.
Взял.
I took it.
Где там фиксирующий вход этот?
Okay, where's the connector patch panel? It's on the right.
Все, вижу.
Yes, I see it. That's where it should be. Inaudible.
In the middle of your screen, in the Orlan suit with the blue stripes, is Ivan Wagner in the early stages of the first spacewalk of his career, as he and Ovchinin continue to collect all of the hardware that they will move to the workstations on these Vesda service module a few minutes from now.
Так. Есть картина?
Do you see the video? Yes, I can see green LED. So do we need to activate lights? No. In Eclipse.
If you're just joining us, this is the 272nd spacewalk in support of space station assembly, maintenance, and upgrades, the third out of the International Space Station this year, the second for Ovchinin and the first for Wagner, who today became the 269th human to walk in space.
Inaudible. Okay, Ivan activated his lights and camera. Now please hold the bundle and I will activate mine.
Так, поможешь мне? Так, давай я подержу.
Okay, let me hold it. Yes, go ahead.
Давай, держу.
I'm holding.
Так, светодиод есть?
I have LED.
Есть. Первый фонарь.
First light.
Второй фонарь.
Second light. And the other one. Copy. both?
Да, оба.
Both of them. Okay, thanks.
У тебя сейчас два фала
And you
левой
have
и правой стороны.
two tethers
А сама укладка у тебя под рамсом.
on left and right from the bundle, and the bundle is under the backpack.
Так, еще раз.
Come again?
Все, уже вышла укладка.
Okay, it's now in a different position.
Оборот скрутил, смотри, фала, чтобы не перепутать.
Look at your tethers.
Скрутил его.
Don't get them bundled. Okay, I think I untangled it. Now it's fine.
Надо сориентироваться тогда.
Okay, now we need to orient ourselves. Can I start, Artem?
Да, Вань, ты проходи чуть дальше, да?
Yes.
Алексей стоит на месте, держит.
Ivan, you can come further, and Alexei stays in place and holds the bundle.
Можете положить в своих тепловых ощущениях?
How are you feeling temperature-wise? EV1 is fine. EV2 is fine.
Было прохладненько, но сейчас начнем работать.
So it was cool, but we'll start working and warm up.
Тебе надо в сторону ног твоих идти. Да, я...
You need to go towards your legs. Yes,
все время
I understand. I have a tendency to go up. Okay.
This is Mission Control Houston, 32 and a half minutes into today's spacewalk. Alexei Ovchinin and Ivan Wagner outside of the Poisk airlock, working deliberately to collect all of their hardware that they will transport over to the Zvezda service module a short time from now. The first task of today's spacewalk will be the installation of an X-ray experiment package on Zvezda before they begin to replace connector patch panels on two sides of the Zvezda module.
Okay, going down.
Небольшой перерыв связи.
There was a brief LOS. We're back with you.
Принято.
Copy.
Так, сейчас. Я тут
Okay.
еще рядом же, да?
I'm nearby.
Смотри, далеко-то не уходите, надо укладывать.
Yes, don't go far away. You need to take the bundle.
Нет, ты давай укладывай возьми, я тоже на поручни зайду.
So please take the bundle, then I'll reattach to the handrail and we'll move on. Okay, let me swap tethers.
Так, мне кажется, я здесь рядом с тобой. Нет, да?
Feels like I'm nearby.
Так. Готов взять укладку.
I'm ready to take the bundle.
Так, чуть-чуть. Взял.
I'm holding it. I let it go. Copy.
Так, ты уже меня убираешься.
Okay, you're pressing into me. Let me turn around.
Так, я подошел, готов взять укладку.
Okay, I'm here and ready to take the bundle.
Давай с твоей стороны.
Let's do it on your side. Can you give it to me?
Не вижу просто тебя. Да? Сверху, там за ручку никак.
Can you take it from above
Артем,
on the
сверху
handle?
нельзя брать за лямку.
Artem, I can't
Не повредим ничего.
take it on the handle from the top,
Брались,
right?
поэтому аккуратно можно.
You can do it but carefully.
Можно.
Do it, but be careful.
Взял.
Okay,
Взял.
I'm holding it.
Принято.
I've let it
Ваня,
go.
а ты уходи пошире. За 12-ю плату, может быть, даже пройти, чтобы у вас размах был побольше.
Ivan, and you can get wider behind the bundle 12 and work with feathers. Okay.
Мы, наверное, снизу пойдем. Вот здесь вот под этой...
Okay. We will go below.
Как раз на нее посмотрите.
Yes, and you will go from below and you'll be looking at it well. And we have some kind of hardware there. Should we go above it? We'll attach the handrails and go below. Can we secure the bundle above and go below? Well, we'll try to pass here. Above this piece of hardware.
Иван, вот насколько я вижу тебя только краем глаза,
Ivan, I can see you.
Сейчас атака ПП.
And in front of you, there's a piece of hardware. And on your left side, there is panel 12. Are you near the BTN right now? Because I don't see on the camera.
БТМ это еще, БТМ.
Yes, I'm at BTN.
Еще рано. Его сверху, да. Когда
Yes, you need to pass it from above.
Сверху, да. Что снизу боксы мешают.
From above. That's right, because I can't go from below. There is hardware interfering.
почти прошел, еще немножко осталось. Вот так.
I'm almost there. Please continue moving in this direction. Stand by.
Ты зацепился фалом.
Your tether gets tangled on the cable. Which one?
Через какой-то пропустил.
You have your tether under the cable and you are pulling on it. Copy.
Да, все, цепил.
Okay, now you're free.
Получаем видео с нашлемных камер.
And we are getting video from the helmet cameras.
О,
Okay.
вопрос, зачем этот БТН сюда?
Why do we have this beta end here?
Был.
Just in case.
Вань, когда ты перейдешь, можешь, пожалуйста, посмотреть еще раз нашлемную камеру?
Ivan,
Мы картинку с Алексеем
can you
твою нет.
look at your helmet camera once you finish translating?
Хорошо, посмотрим.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Так, ты предлагаешь за 12 перейти сразу, да?
So you're suggesting to go behind panel 12. That's right.
Я достану там, нет?
Will I be able to reach?
Сейчас получаешь?
Are you getting the video now?
Сейчас пока твою нет еще. Но
I'm
сразу подхватываю.
I'm not getting your video yet, but there is a delay.
Светодиод горит.
My LED is illuminated. I can see it. Copy.
Через 3 минуты будет тень.
We have sunset in 3 minutes.
Да, терминатор видно.
Yes, I can see the Terminator line.
Потяни за фал, чтобы укладка. Да.
Pull on the tether.
Я здесь, наверное, сейчас подзависну.
I think I'll hang around here to take the bundle from you.
Да, вот если вот сюда чуть-чуть.
Yes.
Понятно.
Give it to me here.
Во. Давай.
Okay, a little bit more.
Еще чуть-чуть.
A little bit more.
Взял.
Okay, I'm holding. I'm letting go.
Там что-то кабели где-то зацепили.
I think you're stuck to some cables. It's just some tension. Let me swap tethers.